Hi everybody, we got a new one here. Uh, Again, I'm still catching up on all these. This one is titled The Unexpected Rescue. Uh, we have been on wait and see lately due to lack of funds. G.I. Jane, G.I. Joe was in town near our new orphanage getting supplies with one of our regular stores. While shopping, Jane noticed some of the gang members that don't like us much. The gang members had started to gather and look their way. So Jane and Joe told the store owner, and he led them to a back room and roof access. The teammates got on the roof and went roof to roof, coming out a street a block away. They circled back and came up behind the gang, but then the gang had entered the store. The team members moved past where the motorbikes were and began to leave the area when something caught Jane's eye. There was one of those mini trucks with tarps covering the sides. Jane turned around and went to investigate, and Joe followed. I think Jane has some extra sense to find our kids. The driver watched as Jane walked up to the truck and looked under the tarp. Jane then went to the driver and grabbed his neck as Joe followed up. Joe looked in the back and confirmed what he already knew. There were 6 girls chained together in the back. Uh, then Jane and Joe looked at each other, and Jane duct taped the driver as Joe carefully opened the back uh, and put in Jane's bike, trying not to scare the girls any more than they already were. Joe smiled and places his hand over his heart, and the girls seemed to calm a little. Joe checked with Jane and then got on the bike. They moved out with Jane driving the truck and moving down the road while Joe followed at a distance, watching for anything following. Jane found a remote place with the driver's mouth and hands and legs taped. Joe assisted placing him in the ditch along the road covered with weeds. Then they took the truck and headed back to our orphanage the long way, making many stops, and each time Jane and Joe did their best to calm the girls. Joe contacted the team back at the orphanage to let them know we had 6 packages to deliver and all are in okay shape. The girls had not made it to the brothel, and we're in transport. Then a few hours later, they arrived at the center and entered the compound. At this point, ladies took care of the kids, one being a nun, and you could see the girls calm as the nun explained what just happened. We now have 6 new girls and a truck liberated from the unexpected rescue. It seems the gang was moving some girls to a brothel. Then when seeing the teammates, they became concerned, and when they went to look, it left the girls unprotected. Sometimes luck just happens, and Jane being there, the gang did not have a chance. I just know there are other things at play here because we have always been so lucky. Well, I just have to tell you that this year has been, or we have had almost no donations. We are still working to fill our new house, but once that happens, without people caring, it will be slow going because we have to take care of them every day, and that costs money. Please dig in your couches and car seats to find something to help us out. Please share our deeds there, and there has to be people out there that care about these little girls. Uh, this child sex slavery could be over if we were funded for real. Bless you all. Total of 6. It brings the total, a previous total of 915 to 921 rescued. Check us out. All right. Thanks a lot.